His name is Zoolander. Derek Zoolander. International male supermodel. But behind those eyes is a highly trained man of action.
You rock. No, you rock.
And perhaps the world's only hope of stopping a sinister assassination plot. Zoolander.
Good evening and welcome again to Unpopular Reviews. Tonight we are doing Zoolander. My pick, yes, that's right. You're welcome. This was a movie from Ben Stiller about being a male model and all that entails. Action, romance, comedy. It was, in my opinion, a fantastic movie, but it does have some quirks. We're definitely going to get into that. And is there a hidden theme with Vince Vaughn and Will Ferrell for all the movies this month? Find out. Stay tuned. Let's start the show. All right, and I'm going to have a consultation with my executive engineer, for that little snafu. But that's okay. We're going to keep going on. But I'm contractually obligated to never do this alone. So let's bring in our guests. Well, our other hosts, because they're not really guests. They are main people. All right. First up, hashtag E was right.
Tonight is my last show. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm a host. Chris, I see you laughing backstage. The evil permeates. Oh, I watched this movie, not just the trailer, Vic. I watched this whole movie. What did I think about it? Stay tuned.
Thank you for that preview and the executive consultant. Welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm not sure who you plan to have a consultation with, but that was
my executive engineer.
I don't know if I don't get paid that kind of money. It was a small snafu on my part, but you know what? Who cares? That intro's going away next week anyway. I have to redo it. So.
What are you talking about? I love that intro.
Yeah, it got my best side.
Yeah.
Well,
why would you change
my best side?
Well, because it's only us three on Tuesdays now, so I need to change it.
Oh, okay. That was a nice save. Chris with the save.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm changing that intro. So I mean, it's the last one. But, hey, Zootopia, huh? Zootopia.
Zoolander.
Huh?
Listen, this is Zoolander. Put some respect.
Zoolander, Zootopia.
On Zoolander's name.
Both of them look like they were drawn by the same person. They were drawn.
Listen, Zoolander. This was a hilarious movie. A ridiculous premise, but that's fine because the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, and neither should you. This movie was a fun ride. It was made to be a fun ride. It was definitely not made to be serious. It opens up. I'll kind of start with. Well, actually, you know what? I don't want to take over everything. I'll let you get your thoughts out first because I can tell behind those glasses the executive consultant really wants to talk about this movie. But first, hashtag E was right. What do you have to say?
Well, can I do quotes? Is it too early for quotes?
Quote it up.
This was a hilarious movie, The Next Doctor. As far as my favorite scene of this hilarious movie. It was a scene. You remember when they were in the tent and they were looking for the tools, but their silhouette was shining through the lantern light, and it looked like doo-doo was falling out of him, but it's really grenades. And then Dr. Evil's henchman they were so disgusted by what they were seeing in I'm sorry, this is Zoolander. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so confused because I swore that I saw this movie before and better. What did I like about this movie? Shall I start with the blackface? Not once, but twice. I don't know. What about this movie that I liked? Gee. Did it have interesting things? Yeah, there were a few times that maybe it would have been funny because it was so ridiculous. For instance, when they were at the gas station, shout out to Eric from True Blood, who they thought it was a good idea to splash themselves with that dirty window wash water and then to sprinkle themselves like some, what is that? What's that Paris Hilton commercial with the burger place out in California? And they were washing themselves with the gasoline like it was water. Carl's Jr. Yeah, when she did the Carl's Jr. ad. And I'm not sure what this means, but I hope you find them. And and then they lit themselves on fire, in a huge explosion. I thought that was hilariously funny, because they were again so stupid. The fact that
he's on the Thursday show. The Thursday show now. He's no longer on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. Chris with the answers. And then when he goes to meet John Voight, who now I always think of him from Holes. And of course, my favorite line from Holes is, "I'm tired of digging these holes, Grandpa." Well, that's too damn bad. You keep digging. And I wish I was watching that movie because I enjoyed that one far better than this one. But I am curious to see what the executive consultant thought about this one.
All right. I'm not going to do my quotes till after we come back from commercial break. I'll tell you about next off. This is difficult for me, right? I've seen some horrible movies in my time. I've seen some great movies in my time. And when we said, hey, we're going to continue 2000s, it was a little controversial, that topic. Should we continue down this decade trend, or should we actually think of some, more entertaining movies, more thought-provoking movies? I know the next movie we're going to do is actually one of Ewa's Wright's picks. And from what I saw in the trailer, shout out to Vic, it was a very, very deep movie, and I haven't even seen the movie yet, right?
Yeah.
I've known, and you all heard me say this before a few times with some of my co-hosts. I've known the Next Doctor for almost 2 decades. And I am not afraid. Everybody always looks at me as some arrogant person, right? Go figure. But I always consider that if there was any of my friends more intelligent than me, it was the Next Doctor. Very short list. Ironically, the only other person I feel that way about is the other person. He was right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a shoot. 100% true story. So in almost 20 years of me knowing the Next Doctor, yeah, spoiler alert, you can see where this is going. I've never truly questioned some of the Whoopi's pick. I've never truly questioned the decision he has made until I saw Zootopia here. Why'd you pick an animated movie? I have no idea. Right? I don't like animated movies. Everybody knows this. But you picked a ridiculously drawn movie with ridiculously drawn guest stars that I have no idea what kind of paycheck they were getting to be in this movie, to voice the actors I've seen in this movie. I'm a little disappointed. So when we get to this area and we're supposed to do best scene, worst scene, I'm be real with you, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find my best scene. My worst scene I'm going to get to when we get to the credits. I'm sorry. Did I say credits? I meant the quote. All right. When we get to the quote is what I'm going to when I tell you about what some of my worst scenes were. They're my best scenes. I don't know. This movie got me all over the place. I really want to know what made you pick this movie, Next Doctor. That's what the fans want to know. That's what E was right wants to know once he gets unfrozen. That's what we want to know about why you picked this movie.
I picked this movie because it's funny. You know, the thing about this is you don't have to think about it. You don't have to get in depth with it. It's just something you can sit back, look at, and laugh. You know, and I think in, you know, these times, that's kind of the thing that you really want. You just want something that you can just sit back and enjoy. Just let yourself laugh. And Ben Stiller does that for me. I like Ben Stiller movies. I think he's hilarious. And I think it's also hilarious that this particular pause is what we have of he was right. Because that is definitely his persona, you know, right there. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's definitely that's definitely one right there. You know, this movie was funny. I will say
I don't disagree with you.
that, you know, there were some things that, you know, they kind of beat over your head. You know, at the beginning, they're like, oh, you got to have someone that's really stupid, really dumb. You know, we get it. And then they introduce the character. That was a bit too much. But I also think that his dumbness was endearing. You know, it was definitely one of the hallmarks because, you know, that theme throughout, you know, him being dumb, like it worked on so many different things. And that's why I thought it was funny, because you could just sit back and laugh at it. Were there some things that could have been problematic today? Sure. But all in all, it was a funny movie. Everyone in there did their roles. It made the thing funny. I could laugh at it. And that's why I picked it, because it was funny. And I will say that I did give you 3 different options. This was the one you chose. So I believe
you are absolutely right. So if you were to
go
do
with quotables, one that you mentioned earlier, you have done that yourself.
You know, you did get 3 options. They all were bad. Right, James? Right. And I picked what I thought was the lesser of 3 evils. I was wrong.
Stiller, Owen Wilson together, you know, that chemistry, I thought that was hilarious. You know, the walk off, I thought that was funny. You know, I got to do the monk, you know, when he reaches down and swizzles around and pulls out the underwear. You know, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, but it still works. At the end, when Tommy pulls out the Magnum,
that's a stretch. In time, in his own mind. No, it's something probably happened to his computer. I'm sure he'll be back momentarily. I'm surprised he hasn't popped off, because normally it will kick them off after they realize the internet's so bad. But we'll just keep on going. We'll keep shooting the breeze, shooting the crap, shooting out the time
with the power of Magnum.
Perhaps, you know, maybe he's stuck in the 80s since he has a Super Mario Brothers 2 shirt on. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Speaking of Super Mario Bros. Came out last year, that might have been movie of the year. What's going on? There it is. That's what I was waiting for. What's going on, Charmaine? I am excellent. How are you? And this is the Next Doctor. He's been on with us for a while now.
I'm sure she's fantastic after having watched Zoolander.
Well, did she actually rated this movie? She gave the movie a thumbs up down, which is that is a rating I would like to see. I would like to see how that's possible. James B says, I'm at the Derek Zoolander School for hosts who can't stand certain movies.
And you see the hilariousness that comes out of even, you know, the hate for this movie. You know, that's how good it is, that it can spark humor even in the bad.
Is that what you're going with?
No, that's not what I'm going with.
It sounds like that's the hill you want to die on. That's what it sounds like.
I'm going to die on the hill that this is a funny movie, because I laughed throughout the entire time. You know, again, there were some problematic moments, but despite all that, it was still funny.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That that's a hard sell. What is my computer said you're excused, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a commercial break. Find out what we're reviewing on Tuesday as well as Thursday. Stay with us. You're watching a popular review.
The cloud has fundamentally altered our DNA.
Victor, you always thought you were a god.
Let's not fight.
No, let's.
The roads are peopled by gangs looking for food.
That boy looks hungry.
You look at him again, I'll shoot you in the head.
I don't think you killed a man in your life.
They're gonna catch up with us. And they're going to kill us.
I told you I would do whatever it takes.
Like what?
I'll kill anyone who touches you. Because that's my job.
You're carrying the fire.
What fire?
Fire inside you.
They're not gonna quit.
We are back.
Correct. Fantastic Four, part of the 2000s, a Thursday's Crew pick, which was mine. Fantastic Four from 2005, and then The Road, which is the 2000 picks from this particular day's crew, which is James's next week. But let's get into some quotables, and I'll actually go first.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You ready?
I am.
Directed by Ben Stiller. Screenplay by Drake Sather, Ben Stiller, and somebody I don't know. Story by Drake Sather and Ben Stiller. Produced by Scott Rudin. Bottom line is, my best quotes and my favorite scene in the movie is the same thing because it meant it was over. Finally, I was free from watching this shit. I can feel my computer freezing over. Luckily, you're not on that. You're not on Thursday's Crew anymore. You're only on Tuesdays. But next, Doctor, if you have any quotes.
Yeah, I mean, Zoolander, Center for Kids who can't read too well and who want to learn to do stuff good too. Sorry. It was can't read good because, we got to go with the dumbness. I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny when he was looking at the model. It was like, what is this? A center for ants? I thought it was hilarious when he finally did the Magnum. And I thought it was also good that throughout the movie, they said that he can't turn left. But he finally turned left. And throughout the movie, he was actually making it sure that he didn't turn left. He kept that theme going. Problematic parts. As E was right mentioned, there was some alluded blackface, when he was in the coal mines. Now that one, he was just trying to scare his dad. I can kind of let that one go. Actually turning into black people, I actually still thought that was funny too. That was probably the best use of blackface I've ever seen, besides Tropic Thunder. But I can see how that could be problematic. I can see how someone might want to cancel someone for that. But other than that, I still thought it was hilarious. When they were banging on the iMac, trying to get the files out of there, and then turn into a Planet of the Apes thing, thought that was hilarious too. At the end, when he finally did the Magnum, again, I said that, but I thought that was like the icing on the cake right there. It stopped the Mugato throwing star right in the air. Fantastic. Really, they could have capped it off right there, but they did the extra theme with the school actually getting the center because he retired, actually made the center. I thought that was a nice little roundabout to the story, but really the story didn't really matter. It was just something to drive the laughs. And again, I definitely found this to be a funny movie. I guess that's just my kind of humor. You know, I like the stuff that Ben Stiller does, and this is one of those that I'll hold up there as one of his good works. You don't have to mute yourself to sigh, executive consultant.
I wasn't muting myself to sigh. I was muting myself because I was silently cursing you out so loudly in my head. I thought it might actually become loud, and I didn't want to interrupt your time. Let's go ahead to the thumbs up, thumbs down segment. James obviously not going to make it back because of his computer. That's fine. So since he's not here, but I'm pretty sure he gave it a thumbs up. We'll start with me, right? This movie was very unlikable to me, very unwatchable to me. I couldn't stand any bit about this movie. This was one of the worst movies I've ever laid eyes on.
One of.
But the next doctor said that he found it entertaining, which is always my criteria for a movie, right? Not only is it my criteria for a movie. Let me check this Instagram. Okay. Not only is it my criteria movie, there is a line that a movie has to follow.
Here we go.
Last time on Unpopular Review.
That being said, the real line is this movie right here.
Here we go.
A quote from a better Batman movie.
2 years later?
A quote from a better Batman movie. Until I find something else that should be the line, this is the line. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought it would not happen, but it has happened. There is a new line. The Batman is done. I thought it was going to be something for a more recent movie, but no, it is not. Congratulations are in order for the next Doctor. The new line of how I judge a movie is not going to be from the Batman. It is going to be from Zoolander. That's how bad this freaking movie is. And if you asking me if Zoolander is more entertaining than Zoolander, the answer is no. It is not. That's how bad Zoolander was. It's worse than Zoolander. That's my pick. You can take us home, next Doctor.
Well, obviously it's a thumbs up for me because I enjoyed the movie, as I've been saying this entire time. I don't know why your sense of humor is so bad, but this was a funny movie. Maybe you just don't like Ben Stiller.
I respect my sense of humor. I respect the practical joke you pulled on me by picking this movie. So, yeah, I have a sense of humor.
Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, we thank you for watching. 4E was right for the executive consultant.
He's right there. Bring him back in so he can say bye to the
There
Hammer.
he is. There he is.
Oh.
I'm glad you could make it.
I had a nightmare.
Zoolander was waiting for you.
I had a nightmare. Oh, I was watching this dumbass movie. It was about a male model who kept dressing up in blackface. But it's over now. What did I miss on tonight's show?
You missed the hilarity that was Zoolander.
Of what?
It was Zoolander.
No, that can't be.
You missed the Batman being dethroned as the line from this point on. It is now Zoolander.
You're telling me you're drawing the line here this far and no further?
No. And I will make him pay for what he's done.
Oh, listen, final thoughts for this movie. E, shout out to you. I wrote you a song. Hello, are you there? Is it me you're looking for? That's all I know from that song. But shout out to you, E.
Hey, you're still wrong.
Well.
You still got the lyrics wrong.
No, it is. It's slow. Are you there? Is it me you're looking for? That's how it starts. I can see it in your eyes. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not those version.
Not that.
I don't know what song Chris is talking about right now. Anyway, seriously, all joking aside, what did I think about the Oscar winner tonight? Well,
all joking aside, let's tell this joke. All right, go ahead.
Listen, I don't say this often, but Chris was right. Chris, the new line is definitely Zoolander. In 2022, it was every one of Vic's picks, hands down. 2023 was debatable because a lot more people were in the mix. Shout out to Ron, who I'm sure is picking bangers on Thursday. Tune in for Thursday's picks, okay? But tonight, woo, tonight you win the prize, The Next Doctor. It may be time for a generation because this movie was not it. I did not care for it. You know, slapstick can be funny to a certain point, but they beat that seal pup till there was nothing left. Okay, there was no more you could squeeze out of it. I just wanted it to be over. I won't make a political joke, Vic, but I wanted it to be over, and I felt like it kept going. Just put a thumbs down before I get in trouble, please. A thumbs down, sir. Two of them if you have them. Mike, what are you doing in the private chat? What are you doing? Come on board, sir. You want to come? Come on, Mike. Mike, hold on. We got a celebrity guest. Usually it's Will Smith, but tonight it's Mike Knox. Mike, come on. What do you have to say, Mike? I know you're hating in the background. Come on, Mike. I know you're there. Oh, he's scared. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried to get you a scoop, but he didn't want it. Did you know that Mike won our what is it, third annual, fourth annual awards? Many of them. Chris, thank you for your input. If you did not know, the hosts vote on them, and then Chris cooks the books and make sure he and Mike not.
He won best host of UPRE.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
He won best host of UPRE.
Now I can hear you. Yeah. Well, I was just telling him how it works. We vote, and then you switch the vote.
Yeah, I heard the bullshit. I
just wanted to make sure they understood how it went. All right. Mike was a little camera shy tonight. He didn't even want to get on the mic, ironically. I thought this movie was trash. I still like The Next Doctor, but Clearly. This movie was trash, okay? The gasoline scene was hilarious because they look like a bunch of fools, like, and it's supreme idiocy. And I think the three of us would appreciate that if we were somewhere and we just seen people acting a complete fool. We would just look at each other and laugh at their stupidity, because that's who we are as people. We are smug a-holes. We can be at certain times. But it's true, Chris, that we are very smart and we are loving people to those we deem worthy, as Chris might say. But that is all I have to say about this.
All right. Well,
I mean, yes, I am frozen.
I think, again, great movie. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next time here on Unpopular Review.